Hi guys, good afternoon. Please turn your cameras on. Hi David, how are you?
Hi, teacher.
Okay, let me share the first exercise. I'm pretty sure you already know that this tense, however, you are going to practice and remember a little bit, okay? So who would like to share their screen? This exercise is simply to remember the past simple of the verb be. Who would like to share their screen? Maybe Rodrigo, because he never shared their screen before. Okay, Rodrigo, can you share your screen? Are you there, Rodrigo? Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, I've shared a link on the chat, so you can click on it and then share your screen so you can work with David, okay? Okay, which one is the correct option? David?
She was.
Okay, maybe you can respond one, David, and the other one, Rodrigo, okay? So both can participate. Okay.
Okay. This is where.
All right, great.
Was.
All right.
Was to. Okay. It was rainy last week. Was.
Yeah.
Where. He was tired last Friday. Was. I were. I was.
Singular. All the singular.
Why? Oh, okay.
David.
It was snow.
Yes, great.
Okay. What? She was late. It was. Tina was at school last week. They were.
Great. Plural. And finally,
My mom and I were at the museum. It was my bag.
all right. Good. Now Fabiana is here. I'll share the second exercise. This is simply for questions. There are many questions, but it's to see the use of questions with was or where. All right, maybe David, can you share your screen now? Is the second exercise. Well, the second link that I just sent. Fabiana, good afternoon. Please turn your camera on.
Good afternoon, teacher. Okay.
Okay, now guys, let's respond. Well, let's try to form these questions. Maybe Fabiana can start.
Yes, teacher. Can you hear me and see me?
Again. Both.
Okay, teacher. Were Bill and Fred at the restaurant?
Great.
Were we at the school last Saturday?
All right. Next.
Were Robert and Stan Gary's friend? Oh, no.
Yeah. Fabian,
Was Jim clever?
do you know the meaning of clever?
No.
Like
No.
someone who is smart?
Yeah, it's someone smart. Very smart.
Oh.
Clever.
Okay.
All right.
Were you thirsty after the walk?
Thirsty.
Can you repeat that again, teacher?
Yes. Thirsty.
Thirsty?
Yes, like zeta.
Okay.
Thirsty. Do you know the meaning of thirsty?
Thirsty.
Yes, excellent.
Okay.
What's thirsty, guys?
Like there is like someone who is sad or something or not.
When someone wants drink something. Water.
Yes, exactly. Yes, what I'm thinking. When someone wants to drink something really bad, no? All right, great. Next one, I think it's whose turn? Rodrigo, Fabian.
I was I sleep.
Was I? Yes, great. Fabian.
Was it very windy?
Were they intelligent?
Very good.
Were they at work?
Teacher?
Yes, Fabiana. Your turn.
Sorry, teacher. What's the meaning of windy?
Windy, when there is a lot of wind. You know the meaning of wind, like breeze.
Wind.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Viento.
Thank you.
All right, next one.
I think it's Fabiana's turn. Or...
Okay.
Okay. Was I in the museum?
Were they happy?
Were people in a hurry?
All right.
Where is?
Yes, great.
Were Jessica and Kimberly late for school?
Was the weather cool?
Fabi.
Fabiana. Se quedó congelada. Creo que es su internet.
Yeah, it's fine.
Se quedó con la mano en la boca.
Okay, maybe David.
Okay. Were you okay?
All right. Next.
Were we late?
Photos.
Was the photos? I know. Were
Yeah.
the photos?
Plural.
Were you at school yesterday?
Was the door closed?
Were they in front of the supermarket?
Market, yes, great.
Was she angry with you?
Angry.
Angry, sorry.
Was it warm?
Was he at the cinema?
Were you very busy on Friday?
Were you there last night?
Were we hungry? Were we,
Were we in a coffee when you called?
was she beautiful?
Was he ambitious?
Was she in South America last month? South Africa.
South, yes. Mhm.
So,
Were you busy?
was the book interesting?
Was I late?
Was she kind?
Was the umbrella in the car?
Were the children naughty?
Was the horse in its stable?
Was the movie good?
I've left.
Was I in Canberra last spring?
Was Tina at home yesterday?
Was it your birthday last week?
Was it hot?
Were you late?
All right. Okay. Great job, guys. Now maybe.
This
Mar?
one.
What?
Creo que me salté una o no salté. No sé.
What? No, it's fine. You can leave it there. It's too much. Another.
Okay.
No, it's too much. All right. So I've shared a new exercise. We're going to be doing a lot of things before we start the explanation because today we're going to see two tenses at the same time. Okay. Now the third exercise that I've shared, let me share so I can explain a little bit. It's just to practice a little bit of verbs in the past tense. We've seen the verb was and were is used for the past simple, right? I was, they were, etc. Was singular, were plurals. But we also know that for the past simple, we also can use other verbs besides was and were, right? So let's practice a little bit of some verbs first. These are verbs in the present, and these are the verbs in the past simple. So you just drag and then connect the past, well, you match, no, the past simple, no, the base form of the verb with the past simple. All right, any questions? No, it's quite easy, no? So maybe Rodrigo, I'm not sure who was sharing. It was David or Rodrigo? The other person can share this one. Okay, thank you guys.
Rodrigo.
All right. Let's do match.
Sorry. Okay. Okay. The read is rate. Where is rate?
Abajo. By is with both by the red one.
Both. The stand is stood.
The go is went. Go went.
The sleep slept.
Where were.
Were think thought.
Right, road.
Right road. Flies flew.
Leave is left.
Leave.
Fall is fell.
Okay. Choose is choose.
Sing is sang.
Do is did.
Tell
Told.
Oh,
Take
lose
is took.
lost.
Excuse me.
Lose is lost.
Okay. The lose.
Sorry, David.
No problem. Take took.
Take took. The size said.
Speak spoke.
Yes.
All right, guys, great job. So let's write a little bit because sometimes we might recognize. Let me share my screen. We might recognize the verb in past simple, participle, or any other form, but sometimes we can write it. So you're going to get 2 crosswords, okay? One for past form, the past simple form of any verb. So you just basically click on any number. So you can go in order, it's up to you. So what's the past form of ask? And you just write. So you can use just your screen or your, your keyboard. You don't need to use this. No, you can use just your keyboard. So any questions? Maybe this one can write a bit. This will be the third floor. Okay. All right. I'll stop sharing my screen, okay? Let's go in here. All right, that's right.
Yeah, well, maybe the first one was simple form of ask.
Ask it.
Ask. No, lo escribí mal. No, es que me declaro. I'm sorry. Second one. Walked.
Walked.
No. My I'm sorry.
The trouble is troubled, ¿no? Y
Tra-
regular. Con
No.
double L, I believe.
Maybe double L.
Yes. I.
Okay.
mm,
No, 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 no. Okay. And that. Yes. Yes. Live. I
Like
think the 7 work.
work it.
And 8. And
Answered.
exactly. And okay. And the 9.
Played.
10.
Learned.
11.
Did.
No,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Did.
Sorry.
Invited.
Invited.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, guys. So as you see, past simple is not very complicated, especially if you get regular verbs. You have the ending, right? ed, d, or ied, right? However, with the irregular verbs, it's a little bit more complicated, no? Because we have to practice, recognize it, remember, no? Because the word totally changes. It's not the same to see eat. The past simple is ate, and the past participle is eat. So with this type of words, we have to practice to remember. In some cases, we can even memorize them, right? So now we have the 5th exercise. I'm not sure, maybe Fabiana won't be able to share her screen because her internet is kind of bad. So maybe David, me cambié de red sets. All right, okay, Fabiana, maybe you can share the link, the exercise then. Let's try.
And teacher, it's the exercise 5.
The 5th, yes, 5th exercise.
Okay.
Okay, great. So now we're going to see participle verbs. Not like I showed the example, no, eat, ate, eaten. The third one is the past participle. However, for regular verbs, it's the same as past simple. So for instance, try, the past simple is tried, and the past participle is tried to. Oh, sorry, I shared this with too sweet for you. Okay, so that's basically the difference between regular and irregular verbs. Okay, you can click on start, Diana, please. Let's remember some past participles. You can make it bigger if you want to, that's up to you. But let's try to each of you answer one verb, all right?
Okay, teacher. Past participle of write.
Writing.
So,
Right.
yes. Oops. Past participle of be. Been?
Yes.
Okay. Three. Past participle of buy, it's bought. Bought?
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Maybe both. No, I don't know. Buy.
It's bought. Yes. 4. Past participle of take.
Taken.
Taken.
Yes. Past participle of eat. Eaten.
Eat.
Past participle of do.
Done.
Done. Past participle of cry. It's
Cried.
cried.
Or crying.
Yes.
8. Past participle of send is sent.
Yes. Maybe sent.
Past participle of drive.
Driving.
Driving.
10. Past participle of put. Past participle of pick.
Pick.
Ticket.
Taken.
I think it's ticket, but I don't know.
With the
Yes, ticket. Past participle of fly. It's flew? No. Flew?
flew.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
No.
Flown.
Mm.
Past participle of teach.
Teach.
Oh,
That.
it's out. Past participle of ride. Ride. I don't know.
Riding.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Right. Past participle of run. It's run. Rodri, past participle of sit.
Sat.
Sat. Mm.
David, past participle of read.
Read.
Past participle of stand.
Ah,
All right, great job. Very good job. You just had 2 mistakes, which is okay. All right, so we're going to see a perfect tense first, just a little bit. We're going to practice and then we're gonna come back and try to understand how do we use this tense with another tense in the past, okay? So let's start. You can take notes if you want to. We're going to see, as you see in the mark here, no present perfect. Okay, so for the present perfect, when do we use the present perfect tense? We use it to talk about something that has started in the past and continues in the present. For instance, no, something that has been happening, no? And let's see an example. David, can you read this, please?
Talia has been a researcher for 3 years.
Great, thank you very much. So the present perfect is the use of has, in some cases have, we're going to see in a moment, and then the verb. For instance, here we're seeing the verb be, no, in past participle, and then we're saying no, she has been a researcher, and then we're mentioning the time, the period of time, no, for, and then a period of time, no. This could represent that, no, 3 years, for 3 years. And this is basically the use of present perfect, okay? We just basically talk or use this tense when we want to talk about something that had started in the past and continues in the present. Okay, that's the use. As you seen in the previous example, now we use for to mention a specific period of time. For instance, 3 years, 2 months, 10 years, whatever. No, we're using for. This for, it's a time expression. It's a time expression for the present perfect. It's also used for other perfect tenses. However, remember, it's for the present perfect. To talk about a period of time, no, or a late of time. So, for instance, Rodrigo, could you read this one, please?
I've been here for 5 hours.
Great, thank you very much. No, I've been here for 5 hours. I'm mentioning a late of time, a period of time. For instance, it's 5 hours. No? So for introduces that, no, a length of time, which could be anything, no? And since we use, they're very similar. That's why a lot of students get confused. No, for is for a length of time, and since is when it started at some point, no, specifically. Fabiana, could you read these 2 examples, please?
Yes, teacher. I've been here since 8 o'clock. I've been here since my son's by bus arrived.
All right, great. Thank you very much. So it's since, by the way, since. All right. So yes, thank you very much. So since is mentioning a specific period of time when it started. No, since 8 o'clock, since last month, since, no, we are mentioning one moment since what it started. What? This, no? I've been here since this moment. I've been here since this person arrived. Okay, so that's basically 2 of the time expressions most common for present perfect: for and since. And this is the form for the present perfect tense. Sorry. Well, have you seen? You've seen here these apostrophes, right? Remember, we always use contractions in all the tenses in English. That's the informal way of speaking. No, I've been. However, here in the previous one, you had has, right? Has, because he, she, it uses has. The rest of the subjects uses have. This apostrophe B is representing have, like you see here. No, I, you, we, they use have, and then we have the past participle, and then the complement, whatever we're talking about. No, and it use has. No, he, she, it, or the name, or the thing, or the person. No, John, Anita, my sister, my mom. No, whether they are he or she, or represent a he or a she, or maybe an it, my cat, my dog, the table. No, always in singular though. Just in singular uses has, and then the past participle. All right, and then I have the complement. That's basically the present perfect. It's not very hard to recognize it. You just have to remember that these subjects uses have, and these subjects uses has. And then always the past participle of the verb. So for instance, the example that I mentioned before, eat, ate, eaten, I use the third one, no? Eaten, the past participle, you just practice that. So you already recognize some past participle verbs, right? So any questions? We're going to practice, you're seeing the affirmative way of present perfect. Now we're going to practice negative and questions. So I would like to know if there is any questions related to this tense. Is it clear? Some questions? All right, so let me share the next exercise. This is negative. We're just simply going to put the words in order. All right, I'm not sure who is going to share their screen. Maybe Fabiana again, because she haven't been participating. And there's a way to learn too. So you basically just put the words in order. But this is negative. So where do you put the negative? You're going to learn while you practice. All right? It's just simply logic. No worries if you make mistakes. Okay, so let's start. Who would like to share the screen? You know, or someone else, it's fine. All right, guys. Let's put the words in order. Maybe each of you can work on a different sentence, okay? Remember, it's negative.
Okay, teacher. David, will you start, please?
They have been in London. Sorry, they have not been. No. In London for 6 months.
Rodrigo?
We have not found the book yet.
You have studied not studied French for beginners. David?
She has not seen the Lord of the Rings.
Perfect. Rodrigo?
He has not met my mother.
We have lost. We have not lost. Oh,
He has not lived in Berlin.
Sorry. Rodrigo?
You has not
You not
bought any food.
David?
She has not left her phone in a taxi.
David.
I have not written that book.
She has not David?
They have not visited Bowles Street. Or Saint Paul. Saint Paul. ¿O qué será?
Yes, St. Paul.
Lucy
Lucy.
has no.
Sorry.
Lucy has not. Done her homework.
They have not arrived yet.
We have not gone to Paris.
They have not slept well.
She has not cleaned the kitchen.
Oh, I think, I don't know what happened, but I guess we can leave it there because you were around about to finish, no?
Yes.
Yeah, it's fine. Might be a mistake. No worries. Okay, who would like to share the next exercise? I think it's quite easy to recognize negatives, affirmatives. Let's see questions. I think it's Rodrigo's turn, I believe.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, now questions. I'm going to start with, well, recognize the word.
Nabil, maybe?
Okay, maybe how much food have you bought?
Okay. Fabiana?
Yes. Have they taken the exam?
Mm, How she? mm, How long she lived in London? David?
No, I'm sorry. And yes, has she late or no, has
She,
she been late for a meeting?
okay.
Has she worked mm, mm, worked for company in this year 15 years? No. Worked in this company for 15 years. So
Okay. What have you done today?
Have you gone to Australia?
Fabiana?
yes. How much have you drunk today? Oh, oops. How much coffee have you drunk today?
How long have you studied English?
How many books have you read this week?
Fabiana?
Have I meet you before?
Mm. Where have you been? David?
Have they lived here? Have
Have
they
they?
lived here as long as we have?
Have they gone to the USA?
How long has he worked?
Have have you read Peace and War? Peace and War? Oh no. And what?
War and Peace, maybe?
War and yes. War and Peace. Like
Has he Met your family yet?
Why have you brought up?
How many times have you visited Scotland?
How many
Have,
times
have you visited
have you visited Scotland?
Scotland?
Has she missed the bus?
All right, guys. By the way, is traveled. It sounds like a soft T at the end. Traveled and missed also. Sounds like a soft T at the end. No, it's not missed or traveled. It's missed and traveled. All right, so you got the third exercise. I'm not sure, maybe David can work on that one. Let me share my screen really quick so I can explain. So it's basically a review of all of what we've seen, no? Just the past present. It's called simple because it's not using the continuous form, so it's the easiest way to see the present perfect. So you're going to write a past participle of all of these verbs in the first exercise. In exercise 2, you are going to choose between one of the options, depending singulars, plurals. And finally, you're going to complete the sentence using the verb in the verbs here in the past participle. Okay, most of them are regular verbs. Okay, any questions? At the end, you click on terminado and then we will see your score. All right, who would like to share the screen and work on this exercise? It's more writing, no? Who would like? All right,
Okay.
past participles.
Past participles of P.
Again, you can order, guys. So,
Maybe I'm the first one.
okay,
Next Fabiana and next Rodrigo.
great. You can say, I'll start first.
I start first. Okay.
Yes, I'll go first. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Okay, great. Thank
What
you.
she said.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And Fabiana.
I don't remember the past participle of make. It's making. Making.
Like this. Is
I
It's not-
find on internet. One second, please.
it's not made.
It's made. Yes, made.
Yes. Okay. Take Rodrigo.
Taken.
Okay. See, seen, I think.
Done.
Fabiana. Okay. Rodrigo.
Read.
Yes. Win is one. I'm not sure. Win it. No, that's not win. No, that's one. I'm not sure. Fabiana.
It's
What?
one.
With ed in the finish.
What? 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 See? Okay.
Maybe yes.
Okay.
Bad.
Okay. Written. Fabiana.
It's played with ed.
Okay.
Studied.
Yes, played.
Okay. Choose the correct option. My father has been in London. Fabiana,
My parents have been to New York.
Rodrigo,
I have studied English.
Marta has worked at Fontarron School for 5 years.
Sorry, I haven't visited my grandparents since last month.
Coronavirus has killed many people. Okay. The next one. And present perfect. Fabiana,
Mm, I have seen that movie 15 times. I'm not sure it's correct.
okay. Rodrigo,
People have traveled. Traveled?
with an ED at the end.
Yes,
Okay.
with double L.
Double L. Okay. We have read the Quixote book.
Alicia has been to France 4 times.
Rodrigo,
Marcos has writing 2 points.
written.
Yes, writing.
Javi has finished, I think, his homework.
Marta has lived with Edie in Madrid for some years.
Okay. Maybe so that's all.
Yeah, finished.
Comprobar.
Yes.
Written.
Because say white, written.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
The rest is good though, no? Great job, guys.
Yes.
All right. You're very smart. Okay, so let me share my screen. Now I will explain the rest of the content. I'm pretty sure at this point you already recognize, no? This and so let's continue with explanation. So we've seen the present perfect, which is quite easy, no? The only thing that we have to recognize is the verb, well, have or has, depending of the subject, no? Just remember he, she, it uses has, but remember it just in singular, all right? And plurals use they, no? And the rest use have. And then we have to practice, no? Past participle, and then the complement, no? Whatever we want to talk about. This is the simple way of seeing present perfect. Let's see the past simple. We started the exercise, well, today's class with some exercise of the past simple of the verb be, right? And we usually use this tense to talk about something that happened in the past and is already finished. Something that maybe had a very short period that was happening, maybe, but it's done. So let's see, Rodrigo, could you read the sentence, please?
Alia was in the same English class with Nick for 2 semesters.
Yes, thank you very much. So for instance, here where the verb is be, no? We're talking about Talia. Not Talia was in the same. So it is already happened. No? She already was in this English class with me. So that's the use of past simple. Okay, so as we can see here, it happened before, it happened in the past, and it's already done. It's finished. Okay, that's what we are using. That's why we use the past simple. No. So the past form of be, no, as we already practiced, no, same as has for the present perfect, no. Was is for I, he, she, the singulars, and where is for plurals, no, we, you, they. And this is the verb, right? This is the action. So we are talking about the person, basically. That's the action of was or where. No, we are expressing or talking about this person. Usually the most common use of this verb is to talk about when someone was born, for instance. And we can talk about feelings. We can talk about when someone was at some place, no? She was at the restaurant, I was at my friends, no? And that, no, basically. But we're talking about the person, no? That's why the verb, no? The verb is talking about the person, whoever is. And this is the affirmative way was, and the negative wasn't, weren't. We don't use the long way, no? Was not, we don't use was not. Or were not is too formal. So we are not even going to look, okay? So present perfect. Now let's see how we can use them together. Present perfect and past simple. So the present perfect, we can use it to talk about something that happened in an indefinite past. No, we don't know exactly when, no, but it was in the past. For instance, David, could you read this one, please?
Leah has investigated other scandals.
Thank you very much. So we are not mentioning when, right? We are just expressing something that happened in the past in an indefinite period of time, but in the past, no? She has investigated other scandals. So we're not being specific when. We don't mention when in present perfect. Maybe we can mention for how long, or maybe we can express when it started, but we don't say, we don't mention the time when it happened, okay? Again, no, we don't use time expressions with the present perfect. For instance, 2 months ago, 3 years ago, no, we have to be specific. Maybe just with for and since, we can use the present perfect, which are called time expressions. No, remember? For and for a late time, for a period of time, or since, when, no, since it started at some point. Obviously both in the past, no? And if we mention, we say this sentence is incorrect. For instance, Talia has investigated other scandals last year is incorrect. We don't use time expressions. This type of time expressions for present perfect. They could be called for and since time expressions. However, no, it's just to mark a period of time, no, a period of time or when it started, but just for and since. Okay, this type of time expressions we don't use. Okay, any questions? Okay, it's quite easy. No, you already practiced this. So. The simple past, we use the simple past to talk about something that happened at a specific time in the past. That's why we mentioned yesterday, 2 months ago, last year, right? In these tense, you do use time expressions. Not time expressions. I'm writing in time expressions for simple past. Last month, even I don't know, 3 days ago. No, the use of last and then ago is very common for it past, simple past time expressions. Fabiana, could you read this one, please?
Yes, teacher. Nick came here from England about 10 years
Ago. 10 years.
ago.
Thank you. So here, simple past use basically the subject is the same as the verb be, no was or were. The only thing that we change is the verb. Instead of using was or were, we use a different verb, no? Or action. In this case, past simple of come, came. No? Nick came from England about is to talk about when you're not certain, no, when you're not sure, you're like about 10 years ago. No, the use of ago or last is very common for time expression for the simple past. And we often use, it's very important. It's basically, most of the time we use time expressions for a simple past, okay? Let's see, David, could you read this three, please? Thank you.
Okay. And the conversation took place several months ago. Talia got to the office at 8, and Amy went to a party last week.
All right, thank you very much. So all of the past simple verbs are in red, no? Took place, got, went, no? Get, go, no? Past simple. And then we are mentioning the time expression, no? Ago, several months ago, it could be days ago, years ago, no? At, obviously when we are using at, and we're talking about the past tense, this time has to be not before whatever time is now. So for instance, right now it's 7. Now we will have to talk something that happened before 7:12. That is right now's time, no? And Amy went for a party last week. No, the use of ago and last is very common for the past. And that's the simple past. Let's see the form. Past simple tense, we basically use the verb. This case is a regular verb, no? I play, you played, he played. No, it doesn't change with the subject. All of the subjects use the same verb, no? There is no difference. In negative, we use didn't. Where does didn't come from? It comes from did not, but we don't use that, no? We use didn't. We always use contraction. Okay, that's important. Well, that's quite easy, the past simple. Now we use the auxiliary verb for negatives. Is it like in the present simple? Remember, we use the auxiliary verb do. In the past simple, we use did. And for questions, we also use did. Did, and then the subject. I read it on the chat, so later on, if you want to check, you can go. No? Did, subject, and then the verb. No? However, for questions, we use the base form of the verb, as you can see here. No? For instance, affirmative or positive is using play. No? Negative. I didn't play it, it's incorrect. No, I didn't play. No, this is incorrect. Sorry, it's a typo. But it's the base form of the verb. No, we don't use past simple. Cuando tenemos el auxiliar, we don't use the verb in the past. La primera está mal, sorry. But it's play. Every time we use the auxiliary verb, we use the base form of the verb. And for questions, it's the same. No? Did I, did you, and then the base form of the verb. All right. So just with affirmatives, we use the base, well, we use the past, the verb in past simple. All right, is it clear, this part?
Yes.
Okay, great. Rodrigo, David, is it clear? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Rodrigo, what about you?
Yes.
All right. I'm sure you already seen this, ¿no? However, I want to make sure this. Sé que con los auxiliares a veces nos confundimos. y pasa en el simple. Si en el presente simple se han rayado, se van a rayar igual en el pasado simple. El auxiliar no tiene un significado como tal, actúa sobre el verbo, ya les he explicado, esto está incorrecto, no es diferente, es simplemente play. El auxiliar did aquí no significa el verbo, que viene del verbo do, ¿no? Que es el hacer en pasado, hice o hicieron. No tiene un significado como tal, ¿no? Está actuando sobre el verbo. Por lo tanto, si tengo el verbo en presente aquí, lo vuelve pasado, ¿no? Entonces, aquí en la pregunta igual no necesita, a pesar de que estoy utilizando un pasado para hacer la pregunta o para hablar, o realizar o formar una oración negativa, el verbo siempre va en presente, acuérdense de eso, es bien importante. Solo en afirmativos, I use the past, the past simple of the verb. No? Like played in this case, no? The ending, ed. But in negative, I don't use the past, simple past of the verb either in the question, neither in the question. Okay, because I'm using did, the auxiliary verb, it's acting on the verb and it's going to make it past. Okay, so let's continue. Oh my God, no, this is correct. Okay, that's all, guys. So let's practice. Let's practice a little bit of, let's play a game first of present perfect to see if we understood the whole idea. So give me just a moment. I'll run the game. Where is it? Oh no, got erased. 1 second, please. Wait, sorry. I don't know what happened with the game. All right, present perfect. Okay, guys, you can start going to Kahoot.it. Right there. You're going to get the code in a moment, but you can go to Kahoot.it. And remember, you will put the code that is going to appear here, and then your nickname. Okay, I'm copy and pasting the code on the chat. Let's wait for you guys. We're going to practice present perfect. All right. Rodrigo, let us know. All right. Let's start, guys. Present perfect. All right. Rodrigo, can you help us reading, please? Thank you.
The present perfect is a verb tense that we can use to talk about an action that occurred at an indefinite time in the past.
Yes, great. Thank you very much. Okay. David?
Subject plus has, have, has, plus verb, past participle, plus complement.
Yes,
Okay.
it's plus. No? Plus. All right. Okay, so that's the structure for the present perfect, no? Or the form. Okay, let's start, guys. Which one? I do have and did play basketball with some friends. All right. I have played basketball with some friends. Great. Next. Okay, they have drunk coffee with some cousins. She has drunk coffee with her cousins. What do you get the idea? All right. She has drunk coffee with her cousins. All right, that's the one that makes more sense. Great job, guys. Next, I have reading, read. All right, read this book. Great. Next one. Fabiana, could you read the negative structure, please?
Yes, present perfect structure negative. Subject plus have, has, plus not, plus verb, past participle, plus complement.
Great, excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see. You have, has, do, did. Not right on this letter. All right, quite easy, no? Next. It, have, do, has, does. All right. Great job, guys. He, she, it, they have not tried to reach the cup. Right? They have not tried. All right, guys. Next. Let's see, David, could you read the structure for question, please?
Have, has, plus subject, plus verb, past participle, plus complement.
Great, thank you very much. Next. You drank coffee today. Has, do, have, did. Oh, hope you drank. Awesome. Has he cutting, cut, cut the bread using the knife? It was just C-U-T. Oh my guys. Have she, they, it, he visit Paris before they, yes, all right. That was the only one that we can use have for. Two left. Is this true or false? We use have with I, you, we, they. True, yes, great job. And finally, we don't use has with he, she, it. False, all right. Okay, guys. So this one was quite easy. All right, first, a bit second, for the third. Great job, guys. Okay, so now let's practice. Let's try to recognize. I know it's going to be easy. However, I need you to practice and understand the difference between both tenses, okay? So you're basically going to try to drag the verbs. If it's present perfect, you drag it here. If it's past simple, you drag it here. All right, that's the first exercise. We're going to go one more after this, and that's all for today's class. Who would like to work with this exercise? Or whose turn is? You got the link on the chat. Whose turn is? Who's gonna share it, guys? Fabiana?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe start David. cleaned. Cleaned.
Past simple. Not sure.
Rodrigo have drunk.
Present perfect.
Fabi escaped. Haciendo. David.
Present perfect.
Present perfect.
David. Sorry.
Past simple.
Rodrigo.
Present perfect.
Present perfect.
Present perfect.
Present perfect.
David.
Present perfect.
Past simple.
Past simple. Past simple. Everything.
Por 10.
All right, guys. So this was easy. Now let's see the next exercise. Now let's see what do you think about this exercise? Okay, maybe Rodrigo, can you share the last exercise? It's going to make you think. I know that for a fact. I know. It's confusing. When you have to recognize when to use one or another, it's a bit confusing. So think hard, guys. Can you see it?
No.
Oh, no? Oh, let me share it one more time. Okay, what about now? All right. So now you have the explanation there for past simple or present perfect. And below you have to complete the sentences using the correct form of the verb, but you have to choose if it's either present perfect or past simple. Okay, good luck.
Okay. Fabiana, do you start?
Yes. I saw the twins in town last week.
I saw the twins. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. David.
Have you ever met her brother?
Met with present perfect, right? Participle?
Yes, that way.
Okay. Where where have you been? Maybe. Or past simple?
I think it's past simple because say last weekend.
No, yes, it's possible. Are you? Oh, were you? Sorry. Okay. Diana?
Maybe it's where did you?
Where?
No, sorry, in number 3.
Number 3. Where?
Yes, it's did
Indeed, I don't.
without where. Where did you be?
No, we don't need did. We just because it's a verb, a be or a verb be question, you don't need did. It was
Oh.
correct.
Okay, teacher, sorry, I am confused.
Okay.
Have you seen Kathleen?
Seen Kathleen? Okay. David?
We we weren't go or didn't go.
Didn't go?
Didn't go.
Didn't go? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I love clothes. I bought. Right. Okay.
In number 6, it's correct. I bought or is I have bought a lot this year because talk about this year, no, the last year. Is the past and present and maybe it's present perfect.
I think that both are right. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
But
7.
both.
Yeah, because it's not mentioning a specific. It's not using a time expression. It's just mentioning this year, like in general. Great job, Fabiana.
What did you do last weekend?
Okay. David?
That has repaired, no. Yes, that has repaired with an ED plus. Exactly. The car, yes.
Agatha Christie. Has the neither?
Yeah, it's correct. Lived. No, because it's mentioning a period of time from this time to this, from this year to this year. It already happened. No, that's why it's past simple. It's done, basically.
Okay.
Next.
Granny still has not found the past of find is the perfect of find is found.
Find it. Hold. I'm not sure.
Granny still hasn't. Found. Found. Yes, it's found. Hasn't found.
Okay. David?
Where have you bought your laptop?
Remember when we are mentioning or describing an activity that already happened, we should use simple.
Where did you? Oh,
Because it already happened, no? They already buy it.
Oh, you painted? Or you have painted?
I think it's great.
Painted.
What time did you get home last night?
Okay. Okay.
Arrived. Emma, your letter arrived at last.
The weather.
14 again.
Oh, sorry.
You can look to 14 again. It's mentioned it arrived at last. Now it means that it was the last one, but is it past simple or present perfect? Think about it, guys.
Maybe it has arrived.
Yes, because it's not.
What do you think about it?
Okay. The weather has been.
Yes.
Okay.
I finished with Edie. Work early yesterday.
Okay. David?
She's not here. She went out.
Same thing. Remember, when we are not mentioning something that had already finished, we should use present perfect. Sorry, past simple. So it is mentioning the time when it happened.
No.
Just simply mentioning, no, she got out or she went out. So there is when we use present perfect.
Has.
He has gone. No.
Yes.
Yes. The weather. The weather was not very good last week, or wasn't?
Yes.
No. Okay. David?
We were no. We went. Oh no. I'm not sure.
Maybe it's present perfect because they say this month and it's past and present.
Okay. So, been.
We're happy.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Brian live in
Yeah.
England.
All right, guys. So it's done. I think you have 2 wrongs because of the contractions.
Oh,
That's fine. You can click on finish. The class is already. Somebody send a photo. Puedes hacer clic en terminado, por favor. ¿Puedes hacer clic en terminado, por favor? Okay, great. Comprobar. All right. Yeah, it's the contractions. Where you oh yes, it's because es porque mis respuestas yo no he puesto los sujetos. Solo estaba where en la number 3, in number 5, contraction. You don't have contractions in it's didn't. No, number 5. Number 10, contraction, no, hasn't. It wasn't, has not, hasn't. Number 12, it was have painted. Number 12, have painted because it's not mentioned in the time, no? And number 18, contraction, no, it was not. Wasn't, the contraction is was. All right, guys. So that's all. This is not the last time we're going to see these tense. We're going to continue practicing. Okay, I'm finished today's class. Please respond. And that's all, guys. Thank you very much. I hope you understood this tense. You got the poll, right? You got today's polls. Okay, guys, thank you very much. So that's all for today's class. Recuerden que ya tienen habilitada la siguiente unidad, ¿en cuál estamos, chicos? No estoy segura ahorita, pero es la 3, ¿no? Si están con el A, tienen la A3. Entonces, eso sería todo. Muchas gracias. Los veo el día miércoles en clases, ¿ok? Oh, no, tomorrow in the class. Bye, guys. Take care.
Thank you, teacher.
Welcome. Bye, guys.
Sí le he hablado y le he dicho qué opina de la vacuna. Me ha dicho que ella sí se ha vacunado y toda su familia también, que su papá no tenía la vacuna y que ella prefiere arriesgarse a todo, a después estar mal.